My ex turned up last night drunk. Tomorrow is his wedding day. Should I tell his soon-to-be wife? I was with my ex for 2 years. It was not the best relationship and we broke up because I moved for uni and just didn't want to be with him anymore. It has been almost 5 years since we broke up and I am engaged to be married with my fiancé who is absolutely my soulmate. Yesterday evening at around 22 o'clock he rang our doorbell drunk. His bachelor party was in the city I live in and he came to see me. When my fiancé opened the door, my ex just started sobbing, saying that he couldn't believe my fiancé, was real or some BS like that. We took him into the apartment because he didn't look dangerous and he just vocally vomited before he actually vomited in our bath. What I could gather is that he was still very hurt because our breakup, that he thinks that we could have made it work. And he regrets treating me badly. He then threw up again and called an Uber to his hotel. It was very surreal. He was fine. We fed him waffles and Sif to sober up and told him to write us when he was in his hotel to make sure he didn't die or something. I was left with a weird feeling. Almost dirty. I am thinking of contacting his soon-to-be wife. Or should I call him to encourage him to tell that to his fiancée? Or should I not do anything and let this just be an anecdote for my future? Edit. Thanks for all the feedback. It seems like Reddit is as split on this as I am, lol. Just because this kept coming up. My main goal with telling her is not for them to break up. I don't want that and that's not why I would want to tell her. The reason for me telling her is solely that I would want to know if I was her. Nothing else. It's also not me bragging about him not being over me. That's not something I care about and wonder how some of you twisted it into that. Also, a tiny update. I decided that contacting the bride was the wrong move because we are not friends. However, I sent his sister, an old friend of mine, a message basically saying to talk to her brother because he appeared at my door drunk and distressed and to make sure he was okay. She thanked me for the massage and apologized profusely because my ex has been apparently acting a fool for a few weeks now leading up to his wedding. She asked me if I was okay and if her brother had gone back to the hotel room because they couldn't find him. I told her he had Ubered home and had written us that he had arrived in his room at around 11:30 p.m. She thanked me again and I haven't heard from her since. Another update. His sister called me again to ask me if he had come by or said anything about his whereabouts. Apparently he didn't show for the wedding and no one knows where he is. So me telling the fiancé is now obsolete. I'm updating because I still get a lot of questions. Long story short, he bailed. He decided he did not want to commit to his fiancé, bailed, and days later called to break off the engagement. Bit more details. After his sister and I talked, my ex's fiancé reached out and was kinda mad. The best man had told her he went to see me. At first she was convinced we had sex. So that took a bit of talking. I felt sorry. She was very distraught. She apologized. I apologized and told her I wished her the best. Saturday I received a call from the sister. Apparently ex reappeared. He went all the way to France. His sister called me to apologize because my ex had stolen one of my lipsticks. I honestly had not noticed, but my ex admitted it to her. She PayPal'd me the money to buy myself a new one. I said I was not mad and asked her how she was and how his ex-fiancé was. On their end everything is a mess. Everyone is mad at him. I don't know many more details and was kinda not willing to ask. But yeah, that's it. And now, for the next story. My F19 boyfriend's M26 brother, M32, is getting creepy and my boyfriend won't stop him. Plus 2-year update. So me and my boyfriend have been dating for about 4 months now. We were long distance friends for a month before we started dating. We started dating after I moved to his state. His family knew about me before we started dating. He would occasionally hype me up to his family and show them pictures of me, with my consent. I finally got introduced to his family at a family barbecue. They're a bunch of fun people. They drink a lot, but they're fun. However, His brother got a bit too wasted at the barbecue. Me, my BF, and him are sitting and drinking on the porch while everyone else is in the yard playing and dancing. He out of nowhere asks, "Hey, did you ever send him a tit pic?" "You should've." My BF just kind of brushes him off, being like, "Ah, come on, leave her alone." But I'm really uncomfortable that he asked that around the rest of his family. I nervously laugh and ask him, "What? Why would you ask me that?" Apparently my BF had said something along the lines of, "She's got a hot body," to his family while talking about me. I didn't want to be around either of them at the moment, so I got up and went to join his family in the yard. Hyping up my job, personality, or stuff like that is fine, but it feels a bit weird to hype up my hot body to his family. After I went to the yard, that was the end of that convo. Later that night I tried to bring up to my BF that I was uncomfortable with his brother and also ask him about how he's been talking about me to his family. He says he's too tired and to chill out. "You're taking it a bit too serious." I don't bring it up again. Fast forward to the next time we're all together again and his brother is acting weird once more. My BF and his dad are doing karaoke while his mom and sister are getting the food ready. I'm sitting on the couch holding my beef's little nephew on my lap. His brother stops singing and plops down next to me. I'm a bit surprised and a little scared by the way he sat down. I try to ignore him, but I suddenly feel a hand rubbing my waist. I whip my head to see that it's his hand. I'm stuck frozen for some reason and ask him what he's doing. He says he was just looking for my phone. Take it easy. I scoot away from him on the couch and avoid him for the rest of the night. Later on, I try to tell my BF what happened. He says that it was probably an accident. He's not that type of guy, that he's just been acting a bit weird since he lost his job, and to not pay him much attention. At this point I'm confused on what I'm supposed to do. I want to hang out with my BF's family, but I don't like the way his brother behaves. I can't tell if I'm overreacting like my BF is saying or if his brother is making a move. Update 1. I took some time to really take the comments to heart and try to understand what everyone has been saying. I think I really underestimated dating an older guy. This whole thing has been draining and I feel gross about them. I don't think I can deal with him and his brother. And I realize now, after really hearing you guys out, that it's probably best to just break up with him. Update 2. So I'm not sure if anyone cares since it's been a year. Cold sweat smile, but I just wanted to write an update. So I'm now 20. I told my aunt about how my boyfriend and his brother were behaving, and boy did she go mama bear mode, but rightfully so. She ended up getting me to join some women's support groups. My now ex-boyfriend did go ballistic when I broke up with him. He showed up on campus and yelled at me, saying I was an ungrateful bitch, and that all I was good for was being an easy piece of ass. He did get removed from campus grounds for starting a scene, but it was just embarrassing. People heard and saw it and I didn't know how to react until someone stepped in. I haven't dated since the last situation with my creepy boyfriend. Maybe I'm just a bit paranoid of it happening again. I've learned a lot about healthy relationships from the support groups, but I just worry that I'll find myself on the bad end of another relationship. Recently, a classmate of mine asked me out and he's a really nice guy. Also, this time no huge age gap. We study together and occasionally hang out. He's been pretty helpful whenever I don't understand something. I did reject going out with him. I told him I wasn't ready to start dating again yet, and he respected that and hasn't made any moves on me or anything. But I also thought my last boyfriend was nice, and he turned out to be a low-key predator. I don't want to be paranoid and fearful of dating, but I also don't want to accidentally put myself in another situation. How do I handle this? Thank you for watching. Please subscribe below.